Welcome back to The Upgrade. I'm Roquinia. In fitness culture, you've been sold a deeply rooted biological lie that the human body is a simple checking account. If you want to build muscle, you must deposit an energy surplus. If you want to lose fat, you must withdraw an energy deficit. Traditional trainers tell you that doing both simultaneously is a physiological paradox. They are wrong. A comprehensive meta-analysis smashed this paradigm, confirming that simultaneous fat loss and muscle gain, known as body recomposition, is not only possible, but a highly documentable physiological reality across diverse athletic populations. Barakat et al., 2020. Today, we are stripping away the wellness fluff and looking at the cold, hard, data-driven math of rewriting your body composition. If you are a woman in the middle of your fitness journey, standard cookie-cutter advice is actively stalling your progress. Let's upgrade your protocols. 1. The cellular physics of recomposition. To understand how your body can build a second story on a house while tearing down the basement, we have to look at fat mass and muscle mass as two completely independent energy compartments. Barakat et al., 2020. Lipolysis, fat loss, a systemic process triggered by an energy deficit, forcing the body to oxidize stored adipose tissue for survival fuel. Hypertrophy, muscle gain, a localized, stimulus-driven process. Muscle tissue does not care about your systemic calorie deficit. It cares about localized mechanical tension, intracellular signaling, and amino acid availability. The gold standard paradigm of muscle protein synthesis, MPS, under restrictive states, reveals that a calorie deficit downregulates the cellular master switch, mTORC1, and decreases baseline MPS. Gwynn et al., 2020. However, a profound counter-mechanism exists. High threshold mechanical tension, lifting heavy weights, acts as a localized bypass switch. When you induce sufficient mechanical tension, you forcibly upregulate muscle protein synthesis locally. Even when systemic energy is low, the energy required to fuel this energetically expensive synthesis is simply drawn from your own stored adipose tissue via circulating free fatty acids. Your fat quite literally funds your muscle growth. 2. The Recomposition spectrum. Who qualifies? Recomposition is highly accessible, but your current training age dictates your biological bandwidth. The high probability zone. The novice, newbie gains. Untrained women possess highly unadapted neuromuscular systems. The novel stimulus of weight training is so potent that it overrides almost any energy deficit, forcing massive spikes in MPS. The returning lifter, muscle memory. If you previously built muscle but took time off, your body retains a secret weapon, myonuclear permanent architecture. Your expanded muscle cells lost their volume, but they kept their extra cell nuclei. Reactivating these dormant nuclei requires far less energy than building them from scratch. Overweight and obese populations. These individuals possess a massive, readily available internal energy reserve, adipose tissue. The body willingly mobilizes this fat to fuel the energy-intensive process of protein synthesis. Postpartum and injury recovery. Hormonal shifts post-pregnancy or the localized detraining from an injury put the body in a state highly sensitive to structural adaptation. The non-qualifiers. If you are an advanced natural lifter sitting at 18% body fat, within 3-5% of your genetic ceiling, true recomposition becomes vanishingly rare. Your neuromuscular system is too adapted, your body fat is too low to act as an abundant fuel source, and your structural adaptations require a dedicated systemic energy surplus. For you, traditional bulk and cut cycles remain the mandatory path. 3. The female protein math. When you enter a calorie deficit, amino acids are increasingly diverted away from building muscle and instead oxidized for energy. To counteract this, protein must scale upward. While the standard baseline for active individuals sits at 1.2 to 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight, a caloric deficit requires a far sharper strategy. Nunes et al., the global consensus among top sports scientists like Eric Helms and Stuart Phillips, establishes that to maximize hypertrophy during a deficit, intake should scale between 1.6 to 2 2 plus g/kg of total body weight. Barakat et al., 2020. Nunes et al., 2022. When more is counterproductive for women in fitness circles, there is a viral push toward ultra-high protein diets, e.g. 2.4 to 3.3 grams/kg for women aiming for recomposition. This is often a critical strategic error. Because women exhibit superior lipid oxidation and glycogen-sparing capabilities during exercise compared to men, dropping carbohydrates too low to make room for excess protein ruins performance. Protein has the highest thermic effect of food, but if you consume 2.6 g per kilogram at the expense of your daily carbohydrate floor, your training intensity will plummet. If you cannot lift with maximum mechanical tension, no amount of excess protein will save your muscle tissue. Stick to the sweet spot, 2.0 to 2.2 g per kilogram. 4. Engineering the stimulus. Resistance training. You cannot casual exercise your way into a recomp. The training stimulus must provide an undeniable reason for the body to retain muscle. Fact, you complete recomposition training metrics. Intensity, 60%, 85% of 1 RM. Repetition range, 6-15 reps per set. Proximity to failure, 1 of 3 RIR, RPE 719. Weekly volume, 10 of 20 sets per muscle group. Frequency per muscle group, 2 of 3 times per week. Load and prep volume, target 60% to 85% of your 1 rep max, 1 RM, operating primarily in the 6-15 rep range. Prioritize 10 to 20 working sets per muscle group per week, split across a training frequency of 2 to 3 times per week per muscle group. RIR versus RPE. Track your sets using repetitions in reserve, RIR, rather than raw rate of perceived exertion, RPE. RPE is notoriously skewed by psychological fatigue, especially in a calorie deficit. RIR forces you to ask, how many precise, clean reps do I have left before mechanical failure? For recomposition, you must operate consistently within 1 to 3 RIR, RPE 7 to 9. Leaving 5 reps in the tank will fail to trigger mTORC 1. The deficit deload strategy. In a surplus, a deload can be taken every 8-12 weeks. In a recomposition deficit, system fatigue accumulates exponentially faster. Implement a structured deload every 6 to 8 weeks. Drop your working sets by 50%, but keep the intensity, the weight on the bar, high. Do not drop the weight. Dropping the weight signals to the body that the high threshold muscle fibers are no longer needed, initiating muscle wasting. Cardio and the interference effect. Cardiovascular training is a double-edged sword. If mismanaged, it triggers the interference effect, a cellular phenomenon where the molecular signaling pathways for endurance, AMPK, block and override the signaling pathways for muscle growth, mTORC 1. To avoid burning muscle, you must manage your cardio type, volume, and timing.
YGT versus LIS, high-intensity interval training. YGT creates massive neurological fatigue and requires extensive recovery reservoirs that you do not possess in a deficit. Choose low-intensity, steady-state LIS cardio, such as incline walking or cycling. Cycling is particularly protective of muscle mass for women due to its concentric-only nature, which minimizes muscle damage.
The volume ceiling? Keep total structured cardio time to less than 50% of your total weekly strength training time. If you lift weights for 4 hours a week, limit your structured cardio to under 2 hours.
The 6-hour window rule. Never perform high-intensity or prolonged cardio immediately before or after a lower body resistance training session. Separate them by at least 6 hours, or ideally, perform them on completely separate days to ensure your localized muscle signaling pathways do not cross wires. Deficit sizing and the GLP-1 Ozempic warning.
The size of your calorie deficit dictates your structural fate. At 10-15% deficit, the Recomp sweet spot provides enough energy restriction to ensure consistent fat oxidation while leaving a sufficient baseline of energy to fuel localized protein synthesis. At 20-25% deficit, the absolute upper ceiling for a Recomp. Muscle retention is possible only if protein intake is maximized and training intensity is flawless. a 30% deficit, complete failure zone for recomposition. Systemic energy is so critically low that the body aggressively downregulates MPS and will dismantle metabolically active muscle tissue for fuel. The modern clinical context: GLP-1 receptor agonists. We cannot discuss fat loss without addressing the massive societal shift surrounding GLP-1 receptor agonists like semaglutide, Ozempic, and tirzepatide. The clinical reality is stark. Real-world data demonstrates that when individuals experience rapid, precipitous weight loss on GLP-1 therapies without targeted interventions, up to 20% to 40% of the total weight loss comes directly from lean muscle tissue. Codella, 2025, Rossi, 2025. This rapid stripping of lean mass can inadvertently trigger a state of sarcopenic obesity, where an individual reaches a lower scale weight but possesses a profoundly crippled metabolic rate, poor structural strength, and a higher relative body fat percentage. Rossi, 2025. The use of these medications makes the recomposition framework, heavy resistance training and precise protein targeting, not optional, but a mandatory clinical requirement to protect long-term metabolic health. Codella, 2025. 7. Metrics. The scale weight delusion. If you judge your recomposition journey solely by the bathroom scale, you will quit within 21 days. The scale lies during a recomp. Because muscle tissue is dramatically denser than fat mass, replacing 2 pounds of adipose tissue with 2 pounds of skeletal muscle will result in a net scale change of exactly 0. The Recomp tracking hierarchy method reliability. What to look for: DEXA/BODPOD, gold standard measures, distinct 3-compartment mass changes, run every 12-16 weeks. Progressive strength. Excellent proxy. If your body weight is flat, but your 8-rep max squat increases by 15 pounds, you have successfully built muscle. Visual biomarkers, highly accurate, standardized biweekly photos, same lighting, fasting state, showing increased definition and tightening waist circumferences. Bioimpedance, BIA. Unreliable standard smart scales are heavily thrown off by daily changes in water retention, glycogen stores, and menstrual cycles. 8. Biological rate limits. Women versus men. Your monthly rate of recomp will look completely different from your male counterparts due to distinct biological and endocrinological baselines. Expected monthly rates of adaptation: beginner, +0, 5% to 1.0% body weight. Intermediate, +0, 25% to 0.5% body weight. Advanced, minimal/negligible. Women, 20 experience a much tighter hormonal ceiling for absolute muscle accumulation due to lower baseline systemic testosterone levels. However, women possess distinct advantages: superior estrogen-mediated muscle recovery and significantly higher resistance to localized mechanical fatigue. Do not look for dramatic weekly drops. A successful female recomposition manifests as a slow, steady tightening of the physical frame, static or slightly fluctuating scale weight, and a steady climb in training volume. The counterintuitive reality. To succeed at this, you must accept 2 data-driven paradoxes that completely contradict mainstream fitness marketing. Paradox 1: eating more food can accelerate your fat loss. When women operate in a chronic severe deficit, e.g. 1,200 calories, the body downregulates thyroid output, halts neat, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and stalls MPS. Bumping calories up into a controlled, modest 10-15% deficit frequently restores metabolic output, spikes your energy to train harder, and causes fat loss to resume while building muscle. Paradox 2: chasing soreness is sabotaging your growth. Delayed onset muscle soreness is not an indicator of muscle growth. It is an indicator of localized inflammation and structural damage. In a recomposition deficit, your recovery capacity is already limited. If you intentionally train to cause extreme soreness, your body will exhaust its limited resources just repairing the baseline structural damage, leaving 0 energy left to actually synthesize new muscle tissue. The upgrade protocol. Your weekly action plan here is your exact execution model to initiate body recomposition starting tomorrow morning. 1. Establish your caloric floor. Calculate your total daily energy expenditure, TDEE. Subtract exactly 10% to 15%. This is your target daily budget. Do not drop lower. 2. Lock in your protein target. Multiply your total body weight in kilograms by 2.0 grams. Example. A 68 kilograms, 150 pounds woman targets exactly 136 grams of protein daily, spaced evenly across 3 to 4 feedings to maximize localized muscle protein synthesis triggers. 3. Implement the 3-4 day rule. Commit to 3 to 4 days per week of dedicated resistance training. Every session must prioritize compound movements, squats, deadlifts, presses, rows. Every working set must be pushed to exactly 1 to 3 reps in reserve, RIR. Track your lifts. If you are not progressively adding weight or reps over time, your recomposition stimulus is missing. 4. Cap and clean your cardio. Limit your cardiovascular work to 2 sessions per week of low-intensity steady-state LISS, such as a 30-minute brisk incline walk. Ensure these sessions occur on separate days from your lower body lifting sessions, or separate them by at least 6 hours. 5. Fire your scale. Step on the scale once a week for safety tracking, but base your operational decisions entirely on your strength progression, structural measurements, and bi-weekly standardized photos. Stop training to get smaller, start training to get stronger, fuel the synthesis, and let your biology handle the rest. Until next time, this is Roquinia from The Upgrade.